Chosen one, please stop everything you are doing. You must pay your full attention to what I am about to reveal. This is not a light message that you can casually listen to while scrolling through your phone. It requires your complete presence and full concentration. This is because a fact I discovered while preparing this message for you caused me to stop in perfect silence for several minutes. You have recently accomplished something. It was not something you planned, nor was it something you calculated or practiced to impress anyone. Because it was an action that welled up so naturally from your deepest nature, you likely did not even realize yourself that you had caused a spiritual earthquake that your human eyes could not even perceive. Your attitude deeply moved God. It was not merely a light impression. It caused even Michael, the Archangel, the commander of the heavenly army and the warrior who personally defeated Lucifer, to stop what he was doing and pay special attention to you. This is because the appearance you displayed was originally considered impossible. It was an appearance that could not have come from someone who had endured all the suffering you have suffered. It was an action that could not have come from someone carrying the heavy burden you have been carrying. Even considering every logical reason, you were the one who ought to have reacted completely differently, yet you did not react as people expected. Please subscribe to this channel right now and turn on all notifications. This is because I am about to reveal the exact moment when the celestial realm, which had been watching you, held its breath. This will fundamentally change the way you understand all the trials you faced and all the silent battles you won alone, even though no one acknowledged them. Please stay until the end. I will show you exactly what attitude you displayed captivated the gaze of divine beings, why Archangel Michael specifically requested to review your case, and what significance this holds for everything that will unfold in your life going forward. If you have recently felt a change within yourself, or if you feel as though you have crossed the invisible line separating your past self from your present self, please write 777 in the comments. I will explain one fact that will help you understand everything that will happen in the future. In the celestial realm, countless souls are observed every moment. Angels are stationed there, tasked with protection, guidance, and observation. Most human behavior follows predictable patterns. People react to pain with bitterness. They respond to betrayal with vengeance. They fight back against injustice with rage. These patterns have persisted consistently for thousands of years. However, very occasionally and extremely rarely, there are moments when a soul displays an unexpected side so diametrically opposed to human nature that it brings awe to the celestial realm. You created that very moment. This writing is not from the distant past. It occurred during one of the hardest experiences you have faced recently, a situation that felt meticulously designed to completely break you. It was the very moment when everyone around you would have understood if you had simply given up or reacted to the pouring darkness with the same darkness, when the weight pressing down on your shoulders felt unbearable for even a single day. But you acted differently. There is something you must understand here. I am not simply talking about surviving. Many people survive because they have no other choice, not even Jade. That fails to attract the attention of the celestial realm. What you did was extraordinary. You had every right to feel wronged, a legitimate reason to harbor anger, and faced a situation where it was acceptable to be consumed by resentment. The person or situation that hurt you had genuinely wronged you. This was not an unpleasant feeling in your imagination. It was real pain inflicted by the actual situation. And at the very moment your human nature screamed for you to repay them with the exact same energy you received, at the very moment every logical part of your brain instructed you to calculate revenge, or at least turn away coldly, something much deeper within you made a different choice. Despite having the legitimate right to choose destruction, you chose grace and forgiveness. Do you remember? In a conversation where you could have said words that would have inflicted a fatal wound, you might have chosen silence instead. Despite having the opportunity to expose someone's failure, you might have instead protected them. You might have chosen to stay and continue striving at a moment when no one would have blamed you for leaving. At that very moment, when you made a choice different from what your pain demanded, the heavens took notice of you in that precise instant. This is because what you demonstrated at that moment proved that the essence of your soul is different from that of most humanity. You proved that your reactions are not controlled by circumstances. You showed that your character is not determined by how others treat you. You proved that no matter what situation you find yourself in, the essence of who you are remains unchanging and consistent. This is an incredibly rare occurrence. Most humans are reactive beings. Their behavior is essentially like a mirror reflecting the environment they face. If treated well, they respond well. If treated poorly, they respond poorly. Their character fluctuates according to external conditions. But you were different. You proved that your character is firmly rooted deep within. You demonstrated that no external situation, no matter how painful it may be, can force you to change into a form you do not desire. This is precisely what captured the gaze of the divine beings. I will guide you to the very moment this fact was observed. It took place not within human time as we understand it, but within the ceaseless celestial observations that are conducted for the chosen like you. Your guardian angel was watching your situation unfold, recording your reactions, and documenting your inner conflicts and external choices. This is standard procedure for souls under celestial protection. However, when you made that choice and responded with grace instead of righteous anger, your guardian angel took an exceptional step. They specially reported your case for review by higher ranks. Such occurrences do not happen often. Guardian angels handle most situations within their authority. They only elevate a matter when they observe something that a higher rank ought to see. Your case was directly elevated to the level of an archangel. When this report reached Archangel Michael, he was initially engrossed in matters of cosmic significance. He was commanding battles taking place in dimensions imperceptible to humans, as well as strategic operations influencing the spiritual currents of the entire region. However, when he saw your specially reported file, he stopped in his tracks. This was because the note attached to your case immediately caught his attention. The note read, "This soul demonstrated a level of forgiveness that loves its enemies even while under active attack." A level of forgiveness that loves its enemies. This expression requires explanation. Spiritual warfare involves a system of various types of human responses to suffering. Most responses fall into predictable categories: vengeance, bitterness, betrayal, and depression. Since these are common and expected reactions that follow existing patterns, they do not require special attention. However, there is a very rare category called the transcendental response. This occurs when a human repays evil with good. It happens when responding with symptomatic love, choosing blessings instead of curses, even while actively being hurt. This type of response is so rare that it is automatically reported for review by the Archangel. This is because it indicates that the soul is operating at a frequency that transcends ordinary human capabilities. You are the one who activated that reporting system. Michael has reviewed your entire recent record. He examined every situation you faced, every reaction you displayed, and every inner battle you fought that no one else could see. And what he discovered led him to make a special request. He requested a direct, private meeting to discuss your case. Let me make it clear what this means. Archangel Michael commands an army. He bears responsibilities that span multiple dimensions. His master is constantly in demand due to matters of cosmic significance. The fact that he specifically requested time to discuss a single human soul means that this soul has proven something remarkable worthy of attention at that level. The subsequent discussion will completely change the way your case is handled from this point forward. For those who wish to understand more deeply why the chosen are under such celestial attention, exclusive materials are available in the description and pinned comments. I will tell you what discussions regarding you took place in the highest layer of heaven. Michael did not present your case to the divine council as a problem to be solved or a situation requiring intervention. He presented it as an example of extraordinary events occurring in the human realm. He showed the council the very moment you chose grace, reenacted the inner conflict you experienced, and demonstrated how something deeper within you made a different choice when your human nature pulled you in one direction. And he showed them your past history, for that moment of grace was not a one-off event. It was a pattern of consistently choosing the arduous path of righteousness over easy compromise. A pattern of maintaining integrity in situations where no one would know even if you compromised. And a pattern of showing kindness to those who were unworthy of your escort and would never be grateful. That pattern revealed something that caused even seasoned celestial beings to nod in agreement and stop. You had been living as the chosen one without even knowing the fact that you were chosen. This moved them. It is not because you accomplished a great deed once. It is because you have constantly chosen greatness in a state where there was no recognition, no reward, and no guarantee that your choices were meaningful. Whether in big matters or small ones, whether it was easy or required sacrificing everything, you have consistently done what was right simply because it was the right thing to do. This consistent nobility is the criterion that distinguishes an ordinary soul from a soul destined for a special purpose. And God spoke. He spoke not with a voice that humans can understand, but with a divine resonance that is clearly conveyed to every being present there. You must accept what he said about you with great care, as it is not a message I am conveying. This is a message delivered from heaven concerning a specific soul named you. God said, "This soul makes me realize once again why I created humankind." Please feel the weight of these words for a moment. The one who created everything, the one who commanded the existence of the galaxies in the universe, and the infinite intelligence who designed every atom in the universe. Seeing your pattern of choice, your consistent integrity, and the grace that shone through trials, he said that he was reminding you of the reason why he created humanity in the first place. This is because you proved something that even angels cannot demonstrate. Angels operate where divine glory exists ceaselessly. They obey, because disobedience before that glory is virtually impossible. Their faithfulness stems from directly experiencing divine reality. However, humans live behind a veil. You cannot see God directly. Your physical senses cannot perceive the spiritual world. You must choose faith even when it is unproven. You must choose integrity even without immediate reward. You must choose grace even without the conviction that it truly has meaning. And you did it. You made the right choice even while blindfolded. You maintained your faith even when you could not hear the true voice. You acted with love even in situations where you could not feel the direct certainty that love was the answer. This is the reason why angels hold the chosen human in such reverence. This is why Archangel Michael stopped to study your case. This is why you moved God. You proved the very quality that makes the human soul the most special among all creation. The ability to choose light while surrounded by darkness. The ability to choose faith while engulfed in doubt. And the ability to choose love while on the verge of drowning in pain. Now I will show you why even Archangel Michael did not expect this from you. When Michael first received your file several months ago, his initial assessment was average. He saw your talent, recognized your potential, and confirmed your calling, but his strategic predictions for your growth followed a normal timetable. He expected that you would reach this level of spiritual maturity only in the very distant future, after undergoing more training, experiencing more evident victories, and gaining more concrete assurances that would make faith easier to hold. I never expected you to demonstrate such a high level of spiritual compatibility in the midst of passing through your hardest time. This is because you must understand this fact regarding your actions. The moment you chose grace over righteous anger was not merely a noble moral decision. It was a fatal and strategic blow to the forces of darkness that have opposed you. Let me explain this mechanism. When darkness attacks the chosen, there is a desired outcome. They seek to corrupt your frequency and drag you down to the bottom level where they operate. This is because when you react with evil against evil, when you respond with symptoms against symptoms, you step outside the divine shield and into the realm where they hold authority. This was the goal of every attack directed at you, to make you bitter, to make you angry, and to make you retaliate in kind, thereby forcing you to act in the darkness and enabling them to legitimately exert influence over you. However, when you chose grace and responded to their attacks with love, you took an action that brought them destruction. You have used their energy back upon themselves. According to the laws of spiritual physics, negative energy directed at a person who responds with positive energy does not simply vanish. It is amplified and returns to its source. The energy sent to destroy you has instead returned to them as a destructive force. And you accomplish this without even realizing that you were doing such a tremendous thing. Michael watched the situation unfold with a heart bordering on awe. This was because what you demonstrated was not a learned skill or a trained response. It was something that welled up from your very nature. Even when everything around you was shouting for you to act differently, you are inherently gracious, inwardly forgiving, and fundamentally a loving person. This is precisely what he did not anticipate. He knew you had the potential to act at this level. However, he did not know you would demonstrate that ability so quickly, in such a difficult situation with such minimal support. You have transcended the growth timetable planned in heaven in every respect. Now I will show you the evidence that this has actually happened. This is because, even if you did not understand what caused these things, you are already experiencing the results brought about by this heavenly recognition. The first evidence: the attacks are dramatically backfiring. Think about what has happened over the past few weeks. Think of the people who tried to harm you, those who slandered you, those who hindered your interests, and those who sent negative energy toward you. Now think about what has happened to them. Problems are suddenly appearing in their lives for no apparent reason. Situations they were controlling are suddenly falling apart. Things that were running well for them are mysteriously coming to a halt. This is not a coincidence. This is not simply karma. This is your new spiritual status operating in real time. This is because when God is moved by a soul, the protective shield surrounding that soul is dramatically strengthened. The attacks do not merely fail, they are reversed. The attempt to harm you becomes harm that returns to the sender. You may have felt pity watching your enemies continue to suffer. Now you know the reason. Second evidence: despite your surroundings, you are enjoying an extraordinary peace. Recently, there have been moments when, logically speaking, you should have been completely overwhelmed. Moments when the weight of the tasks you faced should have crushed your soul. Surprisingly, you found peace in moments when others would have been floundering in anxiety. It is not that there were no problems, but that you felt stillness amidst the chaos. You experienced a sense of stability when everything around you was shaking. This peace is not natural. It is bestowed. This is a direct result of the elevation of heavenly attention to your life. When heaven focuses on a soul, that soul receives a supernatural peace that is completely inconsistent with the circumstances it faces. You felt this. You must have wondered where on earth this peace comes from. Now you know the reason. Third evidence: your virtuousness is increasing. Decisions that once confused you now appear clearer. The direction that was hazy like fog is becoming distinct. You are noticing things that were impossible to know logically. This is because information is being received, not through dramatic visions or audible voices, but through quiet sensations, sudden realizations, and intuitive knowledge that fits perfectly. Your network connected to divine wisdom has been upgraded. You are being guided at a much higher frequency than before. And this is just the beginning. Fourth proof: the wrong people are leaving your side. Relationships that drained your energy have ended. People who were obstacles have moved away. Situations that blocked your progress have resolved themselves. You may not have taken any specific measures to make this happen. They simply left. Situations simply changed. Doors simply broke. This is divine realignment. Your new status demands a new environment. People and situations that do not align with your direction are being systematically eliminated. This phenomenon will continue. Do not try to forcibly hold on to what heaven is removing. It is a process of being emptied for the sake of something better. Fifth evidence: you feel that something great is approaching. An indescribable sense of anticipation is rising within you. You will feel a sense that something important is coming, a feeling that you are on the edge of a great change. This is not merely wishful thinking. This is a prophetic realization. Your reason does not yet understand it, but your soul senses it. Something is truly coming. Something is coming that is directly connected to this heavenly acknowledgement of who you are. Now I will tell you what decision has been made regarding your future. When God expressed deep inspiration toward your soul, that is, when He said He would awaken you to why He created mankind, this activated a special protocol of the heavenly administration. It is called accelerated fulfillment. Under normal circumstances, the chosen ones receive missions and blessings according to a set timetable. There are years of preparation before major authority is granted, and step-by-step progress toward the goal of gradual growth before substantial blessings are given. However, accelerated achievement changes all of this. This means that heaven has decided you have proven sufficient qualifications to allow for faster progress. It means that the quality of your character has eliminated the need for that long period of preparation. It means you are qualified to receive immediately what others would have needed more time for, thanks to the abilities you have already demonstrated. Realistically, this means several things. Blessings scheduled for later are being brought forward. Opportunities planned for a future point are being given now. Doors that should not have opened yet are opening sooner than scheduled. You have already begun to see this. Things are progressing faster than expected, breakthroughs are appearing earlier than anticipated, and movement is emerging in areas that were stagnant. This acceleration will only intensify. The acceleration has only just begun. This also means that hostile forces are being systematically neutralized. You are not being temporarily blocked, but are being systematically eliminated. Your enemies are being redeployed to other places. Attacks are forbidden. Those general forces of resistance that slow down the path of the chosen have been cleared from your way. You are entering a season of special protection. This is not because you earned it through any achievements, but because you have proven your character to be worthy of the highest level of protection. There is something you must understand regarding the responsibilities that come with this status. When heaven invests this level of attention in a soul, it is never solely for that soul. You are not being elevated for your own personal benefit. You are being placed in a position to exert influence far beyond your personal life. The grace you demonstrated under pressure is not for you alone. It is intended to flow through you to others. In the days and weeks to come, you will meet people facing exactly the same things you have faced. You will meet people standing at the very crossroads you have already crossed, people who are at a moment of decision, choosing between harboring bitterness or choosing grace. You are being placed in a position to show them that it is possible. You will prove through your example that choosing grace even in the midst of attack is actually achievable. You will prove that maintaining integrity is truly possible even when everything around you demands compromise. You will show them who you have become, not through sermons or religious admonitions, but through the natural overflow of your being. Your very presence will radiate a frequency that activates the potential of others. Your story will ignite a spark of realization in those ready to listen. Your transformation will be clear evidence to those who doubt that change is impossible. This is why heaven has paid such great attention to your case. It is not because you need more blessings. Of course, you will be blessed. However, this is because your growth enables the growth of countless people connected under your influence. You are becoming a medium for conveying the very qualities that moved God. And those qualities will be contagious to everyone close enough to approach you. The attitude that moved divine beings and astonished even Archangel Michael, who watched over you, is now imprinted in your spiritual DNA. It has become a part of who you are and will replicate itself to those who come close enough to accept it. Let me tell you specifically what Michael recorded in his final assessment of your case. Every soul that reaches the review of the in-angel level is assigned a rank, a designation that summarizes their core spiritual identity. This rank follows them forever, not only throughout their remaining journey on earth, but beyond. Your spiritual rank has been recorded as Proven Warrior of Light. Let me explain the meaning of each word. Proven means that you have been demonstrated not only through potential, but also through action. Many of the chosen possess the potential to become warriors. However, only a tiny fraction prove it in actual combat situations. You have done it. Your rank was assigned not based on what you might do in the future, but on what you have already accomplished. A legend signifies someone who is not a passive observer, but one engaged in active spiritual warfare. You do not merely accept the truth, you embody it. You do not merely believe in the light, you are actively advancing that light into the darkness. The term light body specifies the frequency in which you operate. Even warriors can fight at various frequencies. Some fight based on anger. While effective, it has limitations. Others fight based on a sense of duty. While sustainable, this lacks powerful force. However, fighting with light means fighting with love, grace, and true goodness. This is the highest frequency in spiritual warfare. You fight with light. You have countered darkness by not becoming darkness, but rather becoming an even more intense light. This is the reason your response was so destructively effective and remarkably rare. Now this rank follows you. This is how you are known in the celestial records. This is how the angels refer to your case. The celestial realm is the lens through which it views everything connected to your life. And from this point forward, this completely changes the way you are treated. Proven warriors of light are allocated resources with the highest priority. Your prayers move to the very front of the priority list. Your needs are addressed before standard procedures. Your situation receives special attention that others do not. This is not because you are better than other souls, but because you have proven that you can bear a higher level of responsibility. Heaven invests more in those who have proven they are trustworthy with what has already been given. For those who wish to learn how to consciously operate this identity as a warrior, materials are available that include a complete audiobook and a 5-minute meditation guide as a special bonus for less than the cost of a pizza. If you feel you are entitled to the resources to navigate this new chapter, you can apply via the description box or pinned comment. I now wish to share the final piece of this revelation with you. It is a message specially written for you to receive. When the discussion regarding your case concluded, your spiritual rank was officially registered, and the protocol for accelerated attainment was activated. Something was added to your record. It is a personal note sent from the Divine Council. This is not received by every soul. It is specially reserved for cases that have truly deeply moved the heavenly observers, cases that have proven something worth remembering, and cases to be cited as examples for future generations. Your case received just such a note. Since this is meant only for you, I will share its contents with you. I convey this message to the chosen one who is receiving it. Your response to suffering has been recorded as clear evidence that the human soul can reach frequencies we did not anticipate, even while still clothed in a physical body. You have once again reminded us that the limitations we sometimes perceive in humanity are not a flaw in human design itself, but merely the result of choices humans make under pressure. You chose differently, and by doing so, we have expanded our understanding of what is possible for your species. Your file has been designated not for correction, but for special observation. This is because your journey of development serves as an excellent case study, demonstrating how the chosen can maximize their potential even under adverse conditions. You are being assigned missions commensurate with the abilities you have demonstrated. These missions are by no means a punishment, they are a privilege. You have proven that you can cope with adversity through grace. Therefore, you will be firmly trusted in situations where grace is desperately needed. Your attitude, which moved us, will continue to be tested. This is not because we doubt you, but because your influence is strengthened through your continuous proof, and you serve as an unceasing example to others. You have made heaven proud. This is not mere praise. It is a documented and accurate assessment. Bearing in your heart the fact that your case has been noticed in the highest heavens, walk forward confidently, knowing that everything coming your way has been thoroughly filtered through heaven's acknowledgement of the being you have proven yourself. This message was destined to reach you. You were led to discover this vision at this precise moment of your journey when you needed the assurance that your choices had meaning. It was when you needed proof that heaven was watching, when you needed to know that everything you had endured was building towards something. Now you know that your attitude moved God. It was something even Archangel Michael did not foresee. The heavenly council recorded it, and your entire future was readjusted based on what you proved. When you made those choices, you did not know that this was happening. You did not know that heaven was watching when you chose grace over bitterness. You did not know that your reaction would arouse such a tremendous level of interest. But that is precisely why all of this is so powerful. You were not acting for an audience. You are not trying to move the divine observers. You simply existed as you are. And it was that noble nature of yours that deeply moved the one who created all of this. If this revelation resonates in the deepest parts of your soul, and if you are convinced that you are one of the chosen ones who have captured God's gaze, write 777 in the comments to further amplify this heavenly recognition. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. May you receive more revelations regarding how heaven is watching your journey and how it is designing your breakthrough. Please share this video with someone who needs to know that silent selections and secret victories are all being recorded and will eventually be rewarded. And before you leave, click on the video appearing on your screen now to discover the exact principles of how your spiritual rank as a proven warrior of light activates the special mission of the angels already assigned to you. We become stronger when we are together.